Someone said that freaking Panera's Pepsi's taste funny.
Better.
No, I mean,
What?
Like a little quicker. It would have been so much better, but like it's still good.
I agree, but I literally didn't. I didn't get what you were getting at until later.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are now live. Welcome everybody. We back. We back, y'all, to the Average Intelligence Podcast. Podcast tonight is brought to you by our friends at Visor.ai and a real life superhero, Dr. Fantastic's podcast, The Complete Guide to Happiness. You will hear about both of those a little bit later, but now, Superman time. And I gotta say, you were right all along.
Superman.
You were right all along, my friend. Superman Returns is a great movie.
When did you watch it in 2006 or did you just watch it
I
recently?
did, well, both. So I saw it in the theater. I forget who I went with, but I went with a group of friends in 2006 and saw it in the theater. And here's the thing, I'm not like, or certainly at that time, I'm more of a Superman fan now than I was then.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, I really was not a Superman fan. I was like, you can kill him with a rock. And I was one of them, you know. I didn't get
Well,
Superman.
we grew up with Goku, dude. I forgive you. You know,
Oh, I
it's
still,
hard to grow up with
yeah.
Goku and be like Superman.
Oh no, I still maintain Goku would still be Superman. That is a hill that that is a hill that I will die on. And by the way,
It de-
for
depends on what version.
I disagree. I think in any version Goku would well, okay, adult Goku. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Superman versus Kid Goku, especially in the early days, Goku's getting rocked. But other than that, and I apologize in advance if any of you see my internet is unstable alert on screen. I am dealing with Metronet. So because I'm in a new location because I got married and I now
He
live.
got Murrayed, but do you remember years back we actually had to move out of the bunker, and then we had to go underground.
And then we moved again. And then we've been
And then
online for a while.
Jake's in marriage underground.
Oh no, I'm very open.
Just
I'm on the second floor, as a matter of fact.
snap.
And now they can find me. But anyway,
Uh-oh. Like I'm
are
sorry,
you
we're good.
adjusting?
I was adjusting. Anyway, so tonight we are going to talk a little bit about the new Superman movie, and then after that, we are going to compare all the other movies to it.
Yeah, because I gotta
So I
say,
hope you guys stay around, and
yeah,
well, I mean the three of you.
yeah, do that. Well, no, there will be more. Three,
You keep cutting
three
in and out. It's
viewers.
funny.
Yeah, I know. They're unfortunately for the viewers, it's gonna look like you're
Oh,
cutting out, but
now we have four. All right.
it is my fault though. Now we have seven. Moving on
I
up.
know.
Anyway.
Right,
So
right,
yeah,
right. Okay, so the first the new movie. I thought it was great.
I thought it was okay.
I don't think you did.
What do you mean?
Why the thing is I feel like I feel like I can explain why you think it was just okay, and it's probably because there was no crazy super storyline. It was literally just setting up Clark and Lois as they were dating, and then Superman kind of coming into his own, because if you notice it's kind of like the younger version versus like Superman and Lois. They have
Yeah,
kids and whatnot, but
yeah, and I will not so much
I'll give you
apologize, but
okay.
I give Superman 2025 a lot. I gave Superman 2025 a lot of grief because the movie starts with a text scroll, and like I said, I really dug Superman Returns, but it also started with a text scroll. Now it was a shorter text. I guess it wasn't a crawl, but text on the screen. And I just thought that was super lame. And there's something to be said for a movie starting with Superman getting his ass kicked. It's kind of like, eh, I don't, and
Well,
it's
he was getting his ass kicked throughout the whole movie.
Well, there's that.
He's
Yeah.
young Superman. So the thing is, yeah, did you not notice like all the mistakes he was having? Like he wasn't like a polished Superman. And the reason I'm defending this movie is simply just because it was kind of more comic book style and more vibrant. Like it was a
It
pretty
was.
movie. Like it was very visually fun to watch.
It
But
was.
like
It was.
I understand what you're getting at, but like let me cook for a sec. Let me cook for a second. I got
Let
something
him
in the
cook.
slow cooker. So you obviously didn't like it too, slow. You wanted more blah. But the thing is, we've had Superman movies in the past, and with Henry Cavill, I mean, they were pretty action packed. I mean, don't get me wrong, this one had action and whatnot, but it was more about setting up a storyline. So I would say, was it a great Superman movie? No, but the thing is, it gave you hope for more because they're setting up his character, and everybody already likes him. So therefore, they can come out with a new movie because it's doing well in the theaters. So I think this is perfect. It's kind of like a test run. They were wanting to see if this guy would actually deliver, and I think they did, and I think he's probably going to get more movies.
Oh, sure. And
You know,
I don't want to be
that's a little
misconstrued.
deep, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, no, and I don't want to be misconstrued. Like, don't get me wrong. I liked the movie. I just think it might be getting, and this is just me being me. If you watch the podcast, you know I'm that guy.
And you know what? I just actually agreed with you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I literally I think when I was explaining what I was saying, I kind of agreed with you. It was you know, okay, so I'm sorry.
No, it's
Maybe
just,
just the thought of the future is what excites me.
well, and this could be, I'm trying to think of what changed things for me. There was another franchise that I was really not a fan of, but then after a long time, and they did kind of like it wasn't so much it was a reboot sequel sort of thing, and I'm like now I like it because they fixed the problem. So let me explain. So this movie I think is getting a lot of it's getting a lot of praise for good reasons, but I think a lot of the love that it's getting is just because how bad DC movies have been for the past few years. And one of the first thing, and I can point to something here. And one of the first things I said it, I'm
So
in
the
the
bar
theater.
was so low.
That's what I'm saying. Because the first thing I noticed, Superman comes on screen. I go, holy shit, there's colors in this movie. And then it hit me. I'm like, well, yeah, because all the DC movies have been. I'm sorry, but when you have a Green Lantern movie and the most prominent color in a Green Lantern movie is black, like that's a problem.
No, yeah, I'm with you.
I speaking
Dude,
of Green Lantern though, I
no,
was
I'm sorry.
super.
You got a point. It was hilarious.
Oh, I know.
Dude,
And here's
like
the thing.
he was
I was worried.
he was one of our favorites. Like
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't know. It was kind of funny. His terrible haircut, that was the best.
Here's the thing though. So the thing that worried me most about this movie was Green Lantern because Superman's a really difficult character to write. He's very difficult because how do you write for someone that is almost invulnerable? And that's why when Superman stories are really, really good, they're awesome. Like I always point to, and this is the moment where I feel like I understood Superman as a character. I don't know. Did you ever watch the old Justice League animated series?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. At the very,
Kevin
very
Conroy,
end,
right?
for Batman, yeah. Um,
Mhm.
but at the very end of Justice League Unlimited, there's a moment where uh, Darkseid is on Earth and he's, doing what Darkseid does. And there's a moment where Batman has distracted Darkseid and Superman gets up, and then there's this great, hey now, that's for the OnlyFans. But
I don't
there's
know
this
why I did that. I didn't even touch anything.
Yeah. But there's this great moment where Superman, I'm paraphrasing the line because it's really, really good. You should go watch it. You can find it on YouTube. And Superman goes on this like really awesome monologue about how he always has to hold back. He feels like he lives in a world made of cardboard. And if he ever loses control, somebody could die. And then there's this moment he's like, but you can take it, can't you, big man? And he just wrecks Darkseid shit. And I'm like, that's
Oh
Superman.
yeah.
Superman is an interesting character because unlike Goku, right? Unlike Goku, Superman is not worried about getting stronger. he always has to worry about tempering that strength, and I think that's a really mature theme. Kids like Superman because he's what they want to be, and then adults like Superman because he's the, fantastical embodiment of what an adult needs to be, if that makes sense. He's the ideal that we can never live up to, but we try to, and we can't live up to him because he's not real. But that's what myths are for, right?
I just I just always thought he was an immortal Goku because you got to think like, since the sun regenerates him all the time,
He's
he's
not he's
always
not
going to be young.
he's not immortal, but he does age significantly slower than
His lifespan with the yellow sun is ridiculous.
it is,
So,
and he's never going to get sick because like that's not possible. He can't get drunk, fun fact,
no.
which you
Yeah,
learn
he
in the
has to go
James
to a
Gunn
red
movie.
planet, which by the way, that was awesome to see her. And at first I was like, why is she still drunk? She's oh my gosh, she's on the planet now.
Yeah,
And but then I was like, well, she came through a portal inside the thing, so she was probably going to bed, I think, or she
I
was
would
leaving or something like
imagine.
that. But
Yeah,
regardless, that was cool. I think we're gonna see Kara, so that's in
we
future adaptations. So
we are. Yeah, because I mean they cast a. I mean she's not Sydney Sweeney famous, but she's known. She's not an unknown actress, so that's something that's going to be.
right, they could have got Sydney Sweeney to play her.
Dude, no, they're going to get Sydney Sweeney to play Power Girl for obvious reasons. But anyway, yeah, I was worried about Green Lantern, and I was very pleasantly surprised. I had hope. Like I wasn't super scared because it's Nathan Fillion, and Nathan Fillion, for those who don't know, has voiced Green Lantern in a ton of the animated movies, including my favorite, Green Lantern First Flight. So yeah, he
Oh,
voices Green
really?
Lantern a
Cool,
lot, and plus, I'm a really big fan of Nathan Fillion now
dude.
because yeah. And here's the thing: if you're a
That
Green
was
Lantern fan, yes,
hilarious.
that's Guy Gardner. And when I say he nailed Guy Gardner, I mean he nailed Guy Gardner down to the haircut and the middle fingers, and it was beautiful. That and like the 325 chicks say otherwise. Very, very good casting choice. But I gotten into Nathan Fillion recently. I started watching The Rookie.
Like easily, that was amazing.
Yeah, very, very good show. For those of you just joining us, I apologize. We have internet issues, but we wanted to bring you the show. And plus, I can't
It's
say,
okay.
yeah, I can't say enough good things about David Cornsweet as Superman. Although I do like Brandon Routh more, even as Clark Kent.
Uh, honestly, dude, before I I don't know. I'm always
Both good.
around.
They're both good. They're both good. I'm not
I don't
taking
know, dude. I
any
like
lane.
them both.
That's what I'm
Like
saying. I like them both. I liked Henry Cavill
I
as
I
Superman, but like as
I'm gonna be
Injustice
honest.
Superman.
Equally. I think equally. I think I liked them equally.
Well, they're very similar in. Well, I say that they're, as Mr. Miyagi would say, different but same. But
No, be there.
no be there. But yeah, I dug David Cornsweet. The only thing I didn't like, and this isn't a David Cornsweet thing, this is a James Gunn thing, is, and this is me being nitpicky, right? But to me, there was too many scenes of Superman yelling and wrecking stuff, and to me, that just feels chalk it up to him being younger. But I feel like when you're a superpowered being, you would learn that lesson a little bit earlier. That you can't just go in there and plus this is a being whose voice, and this is comic book accurate. Superman's scream can melt a human's face. And he just gets like nose to nose with Lex Luthor and screams in his face. Lex Luthor's head should have exploded. But I guess Kryptonian powers are
There
selective,
was
and
a lot of issues with Lex that
I did not like. And I've thought about it,
dude,
and
how evil Lex was, man.
I'm fine with evil Lex. What I don't like is
Sorry, we got a
stupid.
delay, guys.
Yeah, it's all good. We're trying here. It'll be fixed next week. They're gonna bring a new router on Friday, but I don't mind evil Lex. I don't like stupid Lex. Stupid Lex drives me nuts. because Lex Luthor is a genius, and this guy was an idiot by Lex Luthor standards. And so the other is okay. Let me ask your opinion on
He was a
this.
genius, but he was evil, dude.
Well, he was also stupid. Like he should be smarter than this. Like, okay, first of all, why would you kidnap the dog? You don't need crypto. You got what you came for. That just seems like a way to piss off an alien that can literally snap your neck like a twig. Not no hyperbole there. Like he can vaporize your face. He can choose how he wants to kill you. He can even freeze you to death. Like, but the other thing, so there's that. But this is what I want your opinion on. The fighting system for Ultraman, where Lex literally has to compute, like, command in the maneuvers. See, a lot of people liked that. I thought that was insanely stupid. Talk about a waste of time. Like, I didn't get it. Like, I guess they thought it would be more dynamic on screen, but why do something in three stages that you could easily do in one? Because the engineer had her faculties. She wasn't being controlled, and she was just as fast, if not faster, than Ultraman. So didn't get that.
Yeah, that was pretty lame.
I thought so. A lot of people said they liked it, but I'm just like, why? This doesn't. Maybe I'm missing something, but this doesn't make sense to me. Didn't love. I didn't mind the casting of Hawk Girl, but I didn't like that she shrieked when she flew. That's not a common thing. I'm not going to say it's never in the comics, but it's annoying. That and she just offs people like with no she offs political leaders with no qualms whatsoever. And that's the James Gunn of it all. And that's where don't get me wrong, I like James Gunn, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's a lot of really creative people who if they don't have somebody restraining them, they let their own worst impulses overpower what they're working on and then it just becomes like a little too James Gunny because the thing I always point to is there's a YouTube channel I love called The Critical Drinker. He does movie reviews. The whole time he's reviewing this movie, he refers to it as James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn, and I'm like, that's perfect. That tells you everything you need to know because this was a James Gunn movie first and a Superman movie second, as opposed to our other film, which was a Bryan Singer film, which I didn't realize at the time, but then when it said Bryan Singer, I was like, oh, I see it. There's a lot of Bryan Singer's a really good director. I'm just gonna say it. He's really, really good. But you know what else is really good, Eric? Content creation. Its delay is so bad. I'm sorry. But if you're watching this, and if you produce content, you know
That's
that
why
you.
I'm not talking.
Oh, you don't watch How I Met Your Mother. There's a great joke in there. There's a great reference. But anyway, if you create content, you know, or at least you probably know, that YouTube Shorts are the number one way to grow your channel. However, it takes a lot of time to make those things. Well, that's where our friends at Vizard.ai come in. What if I told you you could create 40 completed, ready to post YouTube Shorts in about 15 to 20 minutes? Well, you can do just that with our friends at Vizard.ai. You simply upload, you don't even have to upload the video. You can just use your YouTube link. Its AI engine will select out the clips most likely to go viral and will even pre-edit them for you into the 9:16. If you got two speakers, no problem. It has both of you on the screen. It auto generates captions and even creates AI descriptions and hashtags, and you can post directly to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram through their system, or you can just download the clips like I do and polish the edit a little bit more, but it saves so much time. It's super affordable, and I've used programs like what Visit AI does, but they're not as good. Frankly, they're an awesome company. Highly recommend them. And if you click the link in the description below, you can get started today, get their early sign up deal, and it tells them that we sent you there. So sign up for Visitor.ai today and become the hero of your YouTube channel. Except you can't throw a green rock at it and it won't shut down. I almost asked a really stupid question. I almost asked if there
Oh,
was kryptonite in this movie.
shots fired, dude. He's gonna laser your brain.
He does that in the Injustice timeline, or the Justice Lords, rather.
Kryptonite.
Yeah, he lobotomizes people.
But dude, the what was it? The guy who was able to turn into kryptonite, dude, that was crazy. I was like, why is that guy stuck in there? I was like, but then I realized he had his
Yeah, he's
kid, and
got
I
his
was like,
kid.
oh yeah, he doesn't want his kid to die. But anyway,
Yeah, again, this is me being nitpicky again. So that character is most often known as Metamorpho, but they had him as Element Man, and I'm just like, ugh. And then here's another. I don't know why they made this choice because there is precedent for it being called Luthor Corp instead of Lex Corp, but I don't like it. I don't like that one bit. Lex Corp sounds so much better and is more common. But that's again, that's me being nitpicky.
Luthor Corp wasn't that Smallville though?
That was one, but yeah, I think that's the is that the Injustice story? It's not just the Injustice storyline, but I think it's which there were I don't know. I would have just gone Lex Corp, but that's just me. And they gave James Gunn this movie and millions of dollars, and not me. So take everything I say with a massive grain of kryptonite salt. Unless you're Kryptonian, then don't take any kryptonite salt because you will die, and that will be sad. But yeah, so I will say though, and I would like to shout Eric out because
Absolutely.
he's been absolutely he's been saying from the beginning. You've been defending Brandon Routh and Superman Returns for basically since it came out. When everybody was crapping on it and saying it was bad, you were like, I liked it.
He was a damn good Superman.
He was a damn good Superman. And that's just it, like the plane rescue. I was like, this is Superman. And I gotta say, dude, that movie was made in 2006. It looks better than The Flash. It looks way better than The Flash.
Yeah,
And
Flash was terrible.
that's an 18-year difference. And Superman Returns looks, and I don't mean a little bit better. I mean it
It was
looks.
just a CGI for Flash, just so we're being clear. I like the movie.
Oh no, that movie was dog shit. Everything was bad. The acting, the costume. Batman was all right,
Looks way
but
better, yeah.
yeah, yeah, the Superman Return. And I don't I didn't love the Superman 2025 costume. I think overall it was good, but I don't know. To me it seemed a little it didn't seem to fit him properly. Like it's not horrible, but I do
It
prefer
was fine.
well for the Snyder fans out there, I do prefer the Henry Cavill costume. Maybe with just a little bit more color, but I did like that costume
It's like
because
one his mom made for him. I feel like that's it. And that's the reason why he still wears it.
well, it can't be though because it's Kryptonian. Whoa, what? Deny. Screw you. Oh, Max is trying to get in and use the Zoom. No.
Yeah.
It can't be. His mom couldn't have made it though because
Denied.
yeah, it's kryptonite. It's Kryptonian fabric that's indestructible. Otherwise, it would have burned.
That's true. I just thought his aura or whatever it is, his he has a type of aura around him that is actually what keeps his clothing because a lot of people wonder about Superman's clothing, why it doesn't just destroy
It's
because he does wear regular clothing and it's not
sometimes.
Kryptonian clothing. So when he goes super fast and flies out of it, it could, damage it. But the thing is, his when he's flying and whatnot, it's his aura actually protects his clothing as well. It's kind of like the movie called Chronicle back in 2008. They used telekinetic powers, and they essentially put a barrier around them mentally that protected them from stuff, and then they could also make themselves fly with it. Obviously that's not Superman, but like similar. Sorry,
Yeah.
tangent.
Well, no, no, but I mean his suit is Kryptonian fabric, but yeah, that does make sense for the rest of his clothes because the other thing they do in Superman Returns, and I'll be honest, I still haven't figured out if I liked it or not, is they do a lot of flashbacks to when he was a kid, and I get it because that was supposed to be a bit of a reboot sequel of Superman. So they wanted to give you parts of the origin story without giving you the whole origin story. And I do gotta say, the way that movie's structured, like the story of it all, with it being a continuation, because what it effectively is, it's a reboot sequel of Superman 1 with Christopher Reeve. That's something that's normal now. And at the time, that movie's ahead of its time, is what I'm getting at, because that story beat is really common now, and it wasn't so much back then. But you also have a movie like The Mask of Zorro, which was 1998, and it was before its time because it was like a continuation sequel of the Zorro story because it starts with an older Diego de la Vega and he passes the torch before a time like today when passing the torch movie is super duper common, like almost been done to death. So it was gutsy, and I feel like that movie, like you always say, doesn't get enough love. And just again, Brandon Routh is tremendous. Even Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Very good actor.
I mean, he's a piece of shit human being, but I mean, as an actor,
Because he
Kevin
was smarter,
Spacey's,
not as just evil.
yeah. And then the moment when he stabs him with the kryptonite dagger, like, ugh, like it's such a good movie. If you have not seen it or haven't watched it in a while, it's on HBO
He
Max.
just
You
falls
should
down.
definitely watch it. Well, but I mean, he's being poisoned, right? Although I gotta say, what's his name? Is his name Jason Marsden, the actor? I feel like I always get him confused with somebody else who plays Lois's husband in that movie. I feel like it's Jason Marsden, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But I just spent the whole movie feeling bad for that poor
I don't
bastard.
know.
Yeah, I just felt bad for him the whole movie because I'm like, you have to compete with Superman. But you know what though? He still kind of won, not Superman.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, he still kind of
Oh,
won in a
I want
way.
to interrupt for a second, but during the new movie, when Lois, like when she was first introduced, man, she was such a bitch. Like I don't know if you agree with me on that, but
I
like
do.
I didn't almost like her, and I was like, what is she's so mean.
Well, and that's one thing I don't know. Again, other and this is an unfair comparison because you can build characters better in a series, but the Lois from like the
She came around
DCAU,
though.
well, the Lois Lane from the DCAU, like the animated Batman and Superman, the animated series and Justice League, Lois Lane's another tricky character because she has to be like she has to have moxie, but like you said, a lot of times she just comes off like a bitch. And it's a fine line to walk, right? Honestly, I kind of feel like Superman Returns Lois characterization was that was a little bit closer to Lois Lane because like she's tough, but she's not a bitch. Like, although fun fact, did you ever see the spur of the moment? Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm missing my classic bookshelf. This is this is gonna be like 6 months, although
I got the comments.
yeah, by the time I get my bookshelf back in my Zoom background, we should be back in studio by then. So we'll be live and in color. Of course, we're in color now, and technically we're live, but you know what I mean. Damn it! Stop reading too much into it. But anyway, you've seen the movie Jungle to Jungle, right? Tim Allen.
Oh,
You've seen it, right? It was a long time ago. It came out.
yeah.
Okay, I caught this
Still good though.
as, oh, dude, I loved. I showed it to my wife. Oh my God. A, forgot how funny it was. B, forgot how funny Tim Allen is. And C, it's still funny in Spanish. So, but anyway,
I was gonna ask that.
well, we watched it in English with Spanish subtitles, but I saw the translation. I'm like, yeah, this still works. But anyway, so the guy who plays Jimmy Olsen in Superman Returns, I'm watching the movie. I'm like, God, this guy looks familiar. He plays the kid in Jungle to Jungle. Jungle to Jungle was his first film role. Same dude.
Oh, dude, good movie.
Yep. Solid movie. And he also played the nerdy kid. They're all nerdy kids. He played the kid that's supposed to be making fun of oh God, what's his name in American Pie? Oz. Oz in American Pie. The kid he plays the kid who's supposed to be making fun of Oz in Not Another Teen Movie. And that fact just makes me chuckle. Plus the fact that Captain America plays the jock kid in Not Another Teen
Yeah. What was he? Or what was No, not another teen movie. He was also in Scotty Pilgrim.
Movie. Yes, he was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was such a good movie.
But yeah, no, shout out because he did a fantastic job as Jimmy Olsen. I thought he nailed it.
I liked him.
Yeah. In the 2025, to me, Mr. Terrific was just a little too sassy. But I get it. It's a James Gunn movie. It's Green Lantern's job to be sassy, but they were all sassy. I'm like, this is a little too much sass.
I don't know, dude. I liked Mr. Terrific. Honestly, he was a definite step up from the Arrow version.
Okay, well, if you're going to compare it to that, which
Well,
I
I'm
still
just saying I
maintain,
loved Arrow. I loved everything about Arrow,
I
but
did too.
there
I
was
still
few
main,
characters that were lame.
yeah. Well, I still maintain though that was the season one finale was not a two-parter, was it, or was it?
I can't
Of
remember.
Arrow.
I
I'm
think it was
sorry.
two-parter.
I think it was, but so the season finale of season one of Arrow is one of the best finales of television. It's so good. Although they did Roy dirty in that show because
Mm.
Roy Harper is such a fantastic character, and I thought they were going that way with him, and then they were there in the finale because Roy shines in the finale, but then
Didn't
they
they turn him
don't.
gay or something?
Maybe I didn't get that far, but it seemed to me like they just wrote him off the show.
I- Did Was he gay or something like that? Or I don't know. It was something weird. And I was like, why'd they do that?
We needed more
Like, I
Roy,
don't care, but like,
yeah, but I was spoiled because I got
yeah,
the
I
Roy
liked Roy.
Harper. I got the Roy Harper from Young Justice, and it's good stuff.
Different character.
Yeah, that show does Roy dirty so bad because Roy's such a great character. Because Roy's very valuable in butting heads with Ollie. And granted, Oliver Queen in the Arrow series is a very different Oliver Queen than you get in a lot of other versions of Green Arrow. So he doesn't like honestly that Oliver Queen is super smart and put together, and the other Oliver is a little bit too
Wild boy, party boy.
well and socialistic,
Oh yeah,
a
dude. I
little
was
too
actually
Robin
a
Hood.
fan of Justin Hartley. I think that was his name as in Smallville as
Mm,
Green Arrow.
he was
And
good.
I thought they were going to go with him. I was mad that they didn't go with him, but then I started watching it. I was like, oh no, this guy's way better. Shamel, what's his name?
Stephen Amell.
I can't. Stephen Amell. Yeah, dude, he was fantastic.
Oh, Stephen
Like,
Amell's
oh my
great.
gosh. And
I
then
don't know
like
if you
watching his
watched.
workout videos and watching him do the salmon ladder and shit like that, I was like, that's dope.
Have you seen? You probably haven't, but have you ever watched the show Heels? You'd like it because of Stephen Amell, and then I always forget Alexander Ludwig. Yeah, Alexander Ludwig, he plays Bjorn in Vikings. He's been in a lot of stuff, but they play brother pro wrestlers in that show Heels, and it's
Mm,
fantastic. It's such a good show, and
I've
he
heard about
does
it.
it's so good. and he does phenomenal in
I'm
it.
gonna
Stephen
watch it.
Amell is fantastic. Which Stephen
What's the
Amell,
movie called again?
oh, it's a series, Heels.
Oh, Heels. Oh, it's a series. How
Yep,
how long is the episode?
I think it fits into an
Are
hour
they
time
20
slot.
minutes or 30 minutes?
I think they're
Hour times.
40. I could
I,
be. I can't
I,
remember.
I hate hour long. I want 20, 30 minute shows back. You know, it's funny. My wife called me up literally last night. She's like, "You complain if it's 30 minutes, you complain if it's an hour." She's like, "I think you just want to complain." I was like, "You know what? I think you're right."
Well, I know that sometimes that makes you unhappy, and maybe you need to watch our friend Dr. Fantastic on his podcast, The Complete Guide to Happiness. And if you've never heard of that before, here's a sample right now.
Come with me to discover the transformative power of kindness and the joy it brings. Join me as we explore every Monday morning simple yet profound ways to elevate your happiness, one gesture at a time.
Wow, fantastic baby dance. I'm gonna dance. Fantastic baby.
Is anyone else home?
Just so- Yeah, yeah,
Honestly,
but
that would be why.
yeah, but turning off the other Wi-Fi devices seemed to have helped.
Okay.
Wow, the YouTube delay is
Well,
something fierce.
also, you could move your laptop around a little bit and try, because sometimes I swear it's like you can move something a certain way.
I guess my point is I shouldn't have
I'm
to.
assuming you're using Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
I agree.
because I'm not that far away from it. But I think he's right. I think it is the router because that makes the most sense.
Here, let me show you what I do. Do you see that? That's my modem. That's my router, my Orbi, and then this has to be like this so I can capture my signal from the other satellites.
Well, I can't because the router is actually fastened to the wall, so I can't move it.
Is it a part of the apartment?
Technically, yes, because we don't act well. We you pay for internet here, but it's part of your rent. So,
That's actually kind of cool, but like it's
but if you have
probably
problems,
also
you don't.
slow.
Well, it shouldn't be because it's fiber optic internet. So, and I double checked.
Oh,
We're supposed to be getting a minimum of 200 megabits per second. So clearly, there's an issue.
I got 100 out here and it sucks.
I mean, honestly, 100
I
is
don't, my upload speed's trash though. Like that's another thing is also you need to do a speed test and see what your upload speed is. And when they get you a new modem, be like, hey, my upload speed kind of sucks
it's supposed to be
because really
concurrent because it's fiber.
okay. Well, I was gonna say your download speed doesn't matter. It's your
Right.
upload
Yeah.
speed. Well,
That's
actually, I
but
think you have to
that's
download me.
yeah. But that for what we're doing, upload's more important. But anyway, so you can check out the Complete Guide to Happiness every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Interviews interesting people, talks about happiness, kindness revolution, and how you can be fantastic. See, because you don't know this, but his logo's a bee. It says be fantastic. Anyway, Superman would probably be an ambassador of kindness. I feel like that's the thing he would do.
I
Any
think
other
so too.
thoughts?
Uh,
I know you're a big Smallville
not
fan,
really.
though.
I loved Smallville. Tom Welling, like I didn't want to see him in the cape, you know. Like I didn't care. You know, just the character he portrayed in the show was like a good character. Like he was way too good. Like goody two shoes.
Well, he is Clark Kent.
Except when he got the red kryptonite, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Did he get to do like the Power Ranger bad kid thing where he's like, "Get out of my way, nerd. I'm gonna go vandalize a locker."
Yeah, I know, right? It's like such a lame thing. Like, oh, I'm taking your extra scoop of ice cream.
It's funny because after I started reading the Shattered Grid Power Ranger comics, which by the way, it's good shit. But that made me I periodically will watch an episode of the old 90s show and I'm like sometimes I'm like, yeah, I totally understand why kids were obsessed with this, and then sometime I watch it, I'm like, oh my God, the cringe factor is high with this one. And one of those was when they like the kids turn bad. Like the 1990s suburban idea of a bad kid is just hilarious in that show because it is. It's like one step away from him just like giving him a wedgie and taking his ice cream sandwich. It's right there. Like they're certainly not going to break any laws, but they might be like 10 minutes late for curfew. That's the kind of bad kids they were. And they chew gum in
Yeah, it's
class.
like, oh
Yeah, I know.
man,
It's real
rebels.
bad. He's an unfortunate. Who
Oh
has?
man,
Wait, who has an unfortunate mustache? Did I miss
I
something?
shaved mine off by accident. I think he
Justin,
was
who has?
replying to something we said.
Yeah, who has an unfortunate mustache? Oh, dude, I've always known, but seriously though,
Go
I
go Power Rangers.
I, I was talking to Nick the other day when I dropped off his podcast of the year championship belt for the Goosebumps crew, and we were talking
Oh,
about.
he said,
I'm just like, dude, they need to make an animated series for the Shattered Grid story arc because that's the only way you can do it now. Because now that Jason David Frank uh, passed away, that's the only way because he's the main, like Tommy's the main character basically. But I think that would be dope. I think that would be so cool to see because if you haven't read the comics, they're dark, but it's a good story. It's very very interesting and well written. All sorts of words.
"Hey, yeah,
Oh, Cavill's
absolutely."
CGI mustache.
Cavill's CGI mustache was terrible. Ugh. It was like, dude, you were contracted to have a mustache. It's like, why don't you just shave it off and then like glue it on?
Well,
It would
no, he
look
he
terrible with
he.
the CGI.
Do you know why he didn't?
Yeah, because he had it for whatever that movie was that he was in. He was the bad guy. I can't remember
Mission
what it was.
Impossible. Yeah,
Oh, was
him.
it Mission? Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched that movie and it was great. So I mean, I ain't mad, but I
yeah,
mean, it looked horrible on Superman.
yeah. That was yeah, that was a lot of dumb. That was kind of and for the
It was
scene
like
that they did
it
it
was like
for.
his face was dancing. He's like trying to like look mean, and it's just like his face is dancing. What the hell is
There's
this?
a well, no, I said critical drinker again. He has a bit where
You keep
occasionally.
the mustache.
I mean, yes, that's true. If Tom Cruise says you're keeping the mustache, you keep the mustache.
G6, motherfucker.
But no, and he had a very fortunate set of
Airplane.
sideburns for the cavalry. It's good for him.
Chops. It's manly. It's
The old
Superman.
the old mutton chops. I mean, I
I
still
I am bummed that we're not going to get another Cavill Superman though. Maybe
yeah.
one day they can all come back together like Superman or Spider-Man Homecoming or not Homecoming. Yeah. I've had a beard for years. What's your excuse?
Oh, Justin's still winning the chat contest, by the way. Because yeah, YouTube has this experience thing now, and Justin. Oh
Uh,
no, I'm sorry.
oh,
All
it
sorts
shows top fans.
all sorts of words has taken the lead just now. The winner
Woo!
fighting the chat to be the winner and get nothing.
I'm going to win.
Oh, did you hear? Speaking of Superman, because Alan Tudyk played Gary, the robot. I just recently heard that because you liked the movie. Is it you that liked the movie I, Robot a lot? I feel like that was you.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a good movie.
But I didn't know Alan Tudyk did the voice for God. What's the robot's
I
name?
didn't
That's sad.
either. I just
Yeah,
saw that.
and then we found out why.
Well, Tudyk, I believe, didn't he also do Tars in
Think so.
no, 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 no. I'm wrong on that. I'm thinking of something else.
You sure?
I can't remember what it was. I I don't think.
Because I'm not. Like
I got
I'll just be straight up. I'm
I got
not.
my computer right here.
I was gonna say I'm not sure.
It's
Could be
not.
right, could be wrong.
I'm fairly certain it's not.
You can't
I
be the
heard
wiener.
about Wills.
Oh wait, maybe you can be the wiener. No, you can't be the wiener. You're not in the running.
All
Oh,
right.
oh, dude, have you speaking of new stuff? Have you watched any of the King of the Hill revival?
No, not yet. I'm kind of. Is it on Hulu or is it on?
It's
What
on
is it on?
Hulu.
Okay, I don't think we have Hulu right now, but I have my
Right?
ways.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen clips of the new one, but it made me go back. I'm because I never really watched King of the Hill. I know of it, but I never really. So I'm going through and watching it now, along with South Park and The Rookie, and yeah, TV's hard.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. My eyes itching like crazy. It's driving me nuts.
Well, in closing, because we knew this one was going to be a bit shorter, but so verdict on Superman 2025: Superman or Superman?
Superman.
I'm gonna say man, not super, but man.
No, dude, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just easily entertained, but
Well,
yeah, I just enjoyed it. Like, I felt hopeful throughout the entire movie. I never felt like he was ever in peril. Like, it was just him, just like, So, like, it was like, even though he was getting his brains beat out half time, he was never in really any real danger.
and two, I think that's a legitimate thing because yeah, I just feel like there was never really a moment where Superman wasn't like at least in a sense in control because like even when he's looking for crypto and it's so frustrating because I like the sentiment of that where he's like the line he says where he's like I'm gonna go look for crypto and it's like but he's somewhere out there alone and he's probably scared. I'm like, that's Superman. But why aren't you doing that now? Like you could stop off at your apartment for a nightcap? Like I don't it's anytime that movie was going to be genuine, it undercut it with a joke. And sometimes it was good because, like, Guy Gardner arriving on the scene when that Argenpor is getting invaded, right? That makes sense because that's Guy Gardner. But Superman is like supposed to be, and in a moment where they're in that anti proton river or whatever they called it, and like they're literally going to die and they're still doing the dog jokes. It's like the movie is not letting itself have stakes because that would make the funny go away, and we can't have that.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. Like, like I said, it just made me hopeful, and I was able to giggle in between, like
Well,
just
but
feeling
that
like
it's not
proud. I don't
bad.
even know. It was weird. I felt proud throughout the whole movie. I was like, I wore the symbol.
Believe it or not, that is kind of that's kind of a theme of a lot of Superman stories. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with a comedy film, right? But call a spade a spade. And I'm sorry, but that's where I think that Superman
They were going
Returns
for more
is
funny.
they were, and that's where I think Superman Returns was a better overall movie because there were stakes. It had moments of levity, but it took itself seriously. Although I got to say, Superman's a dog in that movie because he knows Lois is married, and
Oh
yeah, yeah, he knows this. He knows that she's married and has a child, but he still meets her on the rooftop.
But to go back to Superman Returns, it was also subtle with its comedy. Not it wasn't like super direct. Like the piano scene, dude, when the kid smashes the dude with the piano, that was hilarious. Not that that's hilarious.
But no, so Superman Returns, Superman or Superman?
Superman.
Superman. I'm going to qualify my statement here. It is a better movie. It may not be because everybody likes their different versions of Superman, but purely from a script perspective, Superman Returns is a far better movie. Because like all the things I was saying, there are stakes. I'm not even getting into the Superman of it. There are stakes. There's a story that makes sense. There's the stakes are constantly being raised until the climax, and then like there's moments where you actually think people
There's
might
already a
die.
story in place, and they're just
Yeah.
adding. Yeah.
What's that?
All
Superman
right.
Returns is only nonsensical when you remember it's technically a sequel to Superman 2. Yeah, but I mean, I watched it and was kind of because see, Justin actually told me that. I didn't know that. I thought it was like it's an interesting kind of because Superman 2025 does something similar because it's written like a sequel to a movie that doesn't exist. And Superman Returns, I viewed it as that, as this is kind of sort of it's a reboot, but it's kind of a sequel written for a movie that does not exist. So they both do it, and there are even I hate to tell everybody who is hating on Superman Returns but loves this one, there are even some shots, like some camera shots that this movie just flat out took from Superman Returns. They in there.
Oh
You
yeah,
you
but
watch.
but the Dragon Ball Z shots, dude, were sick in the new movie. Like the fight, like flying back and forth. I don't know what you call that, you know.
Oh, so here's another thing. So what did Lex call those just the regular group of soldiers he had? What did he call them? I
I don't
can't remember.
remember.
But you know what I'm talking about, the guys in the suits.
Hmm.
Well, here's the problem though, is because when Superman does the like spinning laser eyes and just kills all of them, um, that wouldn't be a problem if they were robots, but in the shot right before that, you see Superman punch a man in the face and somehow a not tear his head from his body, and also clearly does not kill a human being, but then proceeds to vaporize all of them, and they're all people. That's a little problematic. And I know somebody's going to say, oh, yeah, but there were robots, or oh, yeah, they were bad guys. Yeah, Superman doesn't kill people. That's kind of his deal. You're talking about a guy who, in this very
Yeah.
same movie, went out of his way to save a squirrel, which I liked. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, so stupid." I'm like, no, that's kind of right up Superman's alley. That's
Well,
something
he
that he
treated
would
his
totally
robots
do.
like they were people too.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Even though
that
they
was
told him they're like, "I'm an Autobot. I don't think that."
well, yeah, and that's another. Like, this is really splitting hairs, but yeah, it's like we're incapable of emotion, but it wants a name. Like, there's some
Well,
things in this movie that just don't make no sense.
well, it wasn't that it didn't make sense. It was basically trying to say that the Autobot didn't have autonomy, but in all reality, they technically did because of the way they communicated and they had hopes and dreams and giggled and whatnot. I don't know if they had dreams. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I think they're ever evolving. I mean, they were robots from Krypton, and they were one of the most advanced civilizations. So it's easy to say that they are actually automatons or whatever.
Autonomous, yeah, yeah, Justin. I think I know what you're talking
Autonomous Ultra Instinct.
because I went back and looked at that scene again, and it does appear, but all those guys fell from a really high distance, and you're telling me that Superman can use his laser vision with that much precision, spinning in a circle, and make sure to hit all of them non-lethally. I'm just calling BS on the mechanics of it all.
Yes, he can. It's
Uh,
Superman. His intellect is far superior. It's so weird that he can be outsmarted by our smartest human, but his intellect is supposed to be superior.
is it though? I never thought that.
Nope. I mean, Goku's an idiot. He's still the strongest, but he's an idiot.
Goku's not well. Okay, yeah, he's an. I was gonna say he's not an idiot. He's just uneducated, but it's like, nah, he's an idiot.
He knows things, but he's dumb.
He know
He's
how
common sense.
he knows how fight. He knows how fight hard.
He's like Chris Farley. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm retarded.
That's that's the live action Dragon Ball movie I wanted. I came from a planet, Vegeta. And I was found in a pod down by the river.
Dude, I think we could probably like I don't know. Can we do that? Like how did 4 Star get in trouble?
Well, technically, they they used footage that belongs to Toei Animation, but I mean, their videos are still up. They just can't monetize them.
So you're saying we could do something like that and just
Especially
not
if it's just a
monetize it?
especially if it's just a clip, like just for a gag. Like they redubbed
Well,
the whole series.
I have a very good studio set up, so we could professionally do this shit.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, I think
Alrighty.
that's all I had for Superman.
Super meh, Maverick. I think Jake would kind of it's man for him. He went in between. Alien Earth sucks.
Yeah, no, dude. Like, I don't get me like I keep saying, don't get me wrong. I liked the movie, and it was a cut above of what we've been getting. It's just that I think it's getting a lot of love because it wasn't what we've been getting. And just because it's better than garbage doesn't necessarily mean it's good. I'm not saying the movie's garbage, but just because
There was
something's
a
better than
low
garbage,
bar, so it
there
was
was a
easy to
very low
pass.
bar. It was a very low bar. It's kind of like how people liked Thunderbolts. Was it? I don't know. I haven't seen
I,
Thunderbolts, but I'm just asking. Justin would know. He watched Thunderbolts, or at least I thought
hey,
he was.
seriously, that is accurate AF.
This is
Superman is
true.
a live action cartoon.
This is
Absolutely.
true.
And that's why I loved it. Like because I felt like a kid watching Superman.
This is
Like
true.
I
I did
watched
feel
Superman more than I watched the Dark Knight or the Batman series. I love the Batman series, don't get me wrong, but I also watched the Superman bit, but it was actually more Dragon Ball Z, so
I am not going to disagree with you outright, Maverick. All I'm going to say is that if you prefer that version of Superman, then yes, Man of Steel would be better for you. That's not
just did
because I was going to say I always refer to that as more that's more like Injustice Superman. It's not quite as bad, but Superman and the Man of in the Snyderverse is a little too detached for my liking. Because this is a guy who like in the 2025 movie he, like I said, he goes out of his way to save a squirrel, and he feels bad when he couldn't save the alien monster kaiju that's destroying a city, that they had to kill it. And Green Lantern's just like, really, bro?
I have to disagree. I would definitely say Brandon Routh killed it.
Brandon Routh was a fantastic
Superman
Superman.
Superman Returns as an action film was not an action film. It was more of a different type of like movie. Like he was coming back because he went to Krypton because they thought something and he found everything was destroyed. But Supergirl. Oh, I've never seen that.
See, I've not watched Supergirl, but I
Oh,
hear good things.
Supergirl. The 1984 version. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, so
I'm
yeah,
assuming
I
that Maverick
definitely have.
77 has a meaning. You've earned it, sir.
Top Gun Maverick was awesome as hell. I'm okay with that. Oh, that's another movie that did it, like a much much later sequel that actually builds on and does
Oh,
arguably
Maverick
better
was
than the first.
amazing.
Is like I remember being in the theater being like, holy crap! Not only is it as good as Top Gun, it's better because it's a better movie. Like, don't
Hmm.
get me wrong, Top Gun's awesome, but I'm like, this movie actually has a story. What?
I know. All
It's
right,
not just Team America.
where's Daniel LaRusso? I don't
I don't know.
know.
It's not.
We're
It's not a
looking
couple.
for.
Everybody comes in at the end. This always happens, no matter what time we come on.
I
Everybody
know.
comes in at the end,
Well, it's because, like you said, you got to let it run live for an hour and then get on.
right?
All right. Well, everybody, it was fun and it was real, but it wasn't real fun like the movie. No, I'm just kidding.
But yes, so it's fun. 'Twas fun, and everybody out there, if you have not already, you should subscribe, like, and share, and join the conversation next time because we're going to be doing this Wednesdays at 7 from now on.
Give or take, we'll be on. You'll get notified
We'll
if you're
figure it out.
subscribed.
We'll
So make
figure it
sure.
out. We're trying to find that sweet spot.
One of these days we'll find it.
One of these days they will make a Superman movie that everybody. No, they won't. They're never going to make a Superman movie that everybody thinks. I don't know. I feel like the
Facts,
first
Maverick,
one.
I agree. I like Christopher Reeves. He was a good Superman.
Brandon Routh is close. But anyway, anything else to add before
Alrighty.
we skedaddle?
Not a thing. I'm gonna go put some kids to bed.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out though.
That scream.
Scream. If you're looking for comedy screams, he's your man.
Clip it. No, just kidding.
Well, everybody, thank you for
All right,
enjoying.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you for enjoying this episode of the Average Intelligence Podcast. Hopefully, you're a little bit less average and a little bit more intelligent, but probably not. I'm gonna say you're probably more man than super.
Johnny Lawrence.
Oh, now you show up.
Dude, what wasn't Maytex animation. Oh, okay, that's that is that Max?
No,
Okay,
Max and
well,
Max and
anyway,
Minnie here.
bye everybody.
Bye. Have a beautiful
We gotta
time.
wait for Lynn.
We
Sorry,
can't wait
Johnny
for
Lawrence.
LaRusso.
We'll see you later. Get your car fixed.